Hello everyone, my name is Shan. Today, I would like to talk about quiet spaces and the reader application, which provides private spaces for people in busy cities. First, I think the reader application is very useful for people who live in big cities. Cities are often crowded, noisy, and stressful. Many people work long hours and sometimes they need a quiet place to relax, work, or think. However, it is not always easy to find a peaceful space in busy urban areas. The Preller application helps solve this problem by allowing people to rent a private and quiet room for a short time. For example, sometime can use it to take a break, read, meditate, or even have a small meeting. This makes it easier for people to focus and reduce stress during a busy day. Because of that, I think the application is very helpful for city workers, freelancers, and travelers. Second, I think this service very interesting and useful. The idea of renting a quiet space for a short time is very practical, especially for people who live or work in crowded cities. In Vietnam, this type of service is not very common yet. Most people usually go to cafes, libraries, or co working spaces if they need a place to study or work. However, cafes can sometimes be noisy and crowded, so they are not always ideal for concentration. I think services like this could become more popular in Vietnam in the future, especially in big cities like Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi, where people often need quiet places to work or relax away from traffic and noise. Finally, I would like to talk about a time when I visited a very noisy place. It was when I went to a busy night market in a city with my friends. The market was full of people, lights, and music. There were many food stalls, street performers, and people talking everywhere. At first, it was very exciting because there were many interesting things to see and try. We walked around, tried different street foods, and listened to music. However, after some time, the noise became a little overwhelming. There were cars, motorbikes, loudspeakers, and a lot of people shouting or calling customers. It was difficult to have a normal conversation because we had to speak very loudly to hear each other. Even though it was noisy, it was still a fun experience because the atmosphere was lively and energetic. But after spending a few hours there, I really want to find a quiet place to rest. That experience helped me understand why quiet spaces can be very important, especially after being a loud environment for a long time. And that's the end of my presentation today. Thank you for your listening.